We're hot. Hello, my name is Footloose, and this is the Master Your Mind meeting. This is a mutual support meeting where through open and confidential discussion, we help each other and ourselves to master our minds and take control of our lives. These tools that we learn here work for all kinds of substances such as alcohol, nicotine, and drugs, as well as activities such as excessive screen time, gambling, sex, eating, self-harming, spending money, etc., etc. So in this group, we view problematic consequences as our own responsibility and the result of choices that we have made. We've chosen, if we've chosen to maintain any behavior, then it's also possible that we can choose to stop it, right? So we approach this task by developing a variety of self-empowering skills that will help you establish, grow, and maintain the motivation to change and have a better life. Number 2 is successfully cope with and manage any urges appropriately. And number 3, effectively manage your thoughts, feelings, and behavior. Number 4, achieve a more balanced lifestyle. So this meeting will be about 60 to 90 minutes, probably a little less because there's only a couple people, and consists of a check-in, agenda setting, discussion checkout, finally pass the hat for donations. The meeting is free, although any donations are greatly appreciated. The meeting guidelines. This is an electronic free meeting, therefore we ask everyone to turn your devices off or on silent. Please leave the room if you need to use it. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Refrain from touching anyone. Everyone's required to respect the personal space of others in the room. You'll be asked to leave if you violate this guideline. So we've had problems with people doing footsies with other people under the desk that didn't appreciate it. So that's it. If you're your boyfriend and girlfriend sitting next to you and your husband and wife sometimes come in, it's fine. So in life, each one of us must take responsibility for our decisions, and we must also allow others to be responsible for theirs. Thus, I'm not a sponsor or a buddy, right? I have my own life and behavior to manage. So personal problems are the responsibility of the individual, even if such behavior has a negative impact on others. You're welcome to attend this meeting regardless of whether you're actively engaged in any problematic addictive behavior, as long as you're not disruptive to the group. So please choose your words carefully. These meetings are audio and video recorded for educational purposes. Even so, everyone must respect the confidentiality of other meeting participants, right? So by entering this meeting, you're consenting and allow and also agree to be recorded and or for the recording to be shared publicly. Regardless, we all must agree not to tell anyone outside the group who attended or any information that would identify any individual. You will be barred from future meetings if you do so. Also, will not identify as people as meeting attendees if we meet them outside the group, right? You bump into them at the supermarket or something like that. So we don't collect or share any contact information from the meeting participants. Socializing between members is seen as a private matter between those individuals. We don't use labels such as alcoholic, addict, druggie, etc., because labeling people based on their behavior is not conducive to long-term success in your recovery. We don't give advice. Rather, we discuss whatever is working or isn't working in our lives. Master Your Mind encourages participants to make their own choices and learn from them. We can, however, offer ideas to each other, for each other to consider. The meeting's conversational, so we keep the discussion moving from person to person. We avoid side conversations, stay focused on the group. We're encouraged to ask questions and share ideas about what has helped us, which we describe as crosstalk. So yes, crosstalk is encouraged here. Yet we avoid lengthy war stories and excessive self-disclosure. This is not a brain vomit session. We need to respect each other's time. There's no obligation to participate, and anyone is free to just listen and observe if they prefer. A lapse, recurrence, or slip-up is not something to be ashamed about. Instead, this is seen as a learning opportunity, and use one of the tools that we have here to address it if possible. So regaining control over your life can be difficult and often involves some steps back as well as some steps forward. A lapse or a slip up is not an excuse to give up, but a time to learn more about why it happened so that it can be prevented in the future. Master Your Mind tools, strategies, and techniques are designed to help you on this journey. And I'm always going to remind people, we do more than just Smart Recovery in here, but there's a Smart Recovery app in the App Store. You don't need to put in any email information, but you download that, and it has all the tools in it ready for you right there. Cost benefit analysis, hierarchy values, all that stuff. So highly recommend downloading the Smart Recovery app. It also tells you where meetings might be in your area, other meetings. So so a lapse or a slip up is not an excuse to give up. All right, people are welcome to participate in this group for as long as they want. There's no requirement to make a lifetime commitment, only to mastering your mind in order to master your life. Please make it a point to attend several meetings before making up your mind whether this approach might help you or not. Developing self-management and lifestyle balance skills doesn't happen instantly, but rather over a period of several weeks to months. Long-term recovery takes about 5 years, right? There's stages to it. So please have patience and feel good about what you're learning as you discover all the tools. It'll take around 5 meetings to become familiarized with all those tools. Lastly, we encourage participants to determine a path that is right for their needs and beliefs. Some may choose to use the program in concert with other mutual support groups or in conjunction with professional treatment. Some people may benefit from counseling as part of their support system. Master Your Mind is not a substitute for professional counseling, nor is it designed to help with serious mental health problems or crisis situations. We recognize that there are as many pathways to recovery and self-actualization as there are people seeking to be recovered. So, let's begin with the check-in. Tell us what you'd like us to know.
I'm Shane.
What's up, Shane?
I just recently got to Manchester, like almost 2 weeks ago. I'm almost 5 months clean. I was addicted to methamphetamine and heroin, mostly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm originally from like Laconia area.
You having any struggles or any good things going on?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I'm getting a job Friday.
Nice.
So that's good. I still struggle like daily with, I don't really think about like doing dope, but like the meth is like, I think about it like often.
What's the thought that gets you to want to do it?
I mean,
what are the thoughts?
It's like when I'm bored or I have nothing else to do, like it just like used to be fun for me to do meth and like make stuff or like tear stuff apart or whatever. Like I used to like occupy my time with that. So it's just like getting used to living like without that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like becoming, it's kind of tough. I mean, I'm all right. I don't think I'm going to use, but I like miss it sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's bothersome to keep thinking about it.
Right.
And,
yeah.
All right, cool. I think I might have something we can do for that. Do you want to? You don't have to check in if you don't want to.
I'm Casey. I'm an addict. I'm almost 4 months. I am 4 months clean. I live upstairs. And yeah, I don't know. That's it.
All right, cool. Thank you. So yeah, you were saying with the idle time and all that,
Right.
we have a tool, and I forgot my markers again, but hopefully this one kind of works a little bit. It's called the VACI tool. Of course, it's a horrible marker. VACI. So imagine you can see that, and it's vital, absorbing, creative, kind of like what you're talking about, tearing stuff apart and stuff. Creative, interest. Yeah, you could call it a hobby,
Yeah.
but it would be a hobby that you feel the urge to go do.
Right.
Right. Playing music, might be writing or painting for some people.
Right.
Something that's going to be absorbing a lot of your time, right? It's vital to you. It's important. Could be building things, fixing things, gearheads, right? And creative. So, and it's going to be interesting to you. So it's going to be different for everybody,
Yeah.
right? So do you have anything like that?
Yeah. So I paint and I make art usually, but I just haven't like felt like the urge to do that since I've been sober. Like I just am struggling with like the
Finding the motivation to do
the
it.
motivation. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do you have any hobby, like things like that you like?
Not at the moment, no.
Not at the moment. Something to think about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you could come up with like a list.
Mm-hmm.
You can even Google things, things to do, important things. What would you say? Interesting things to do, interesting hobbies, and they'll probably already have a whole list that you can pick through. Take some that you think, maybe, and then kind of test them out.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's something that will have you might find something that you're like, oh, this is my life now.
Right.
So, especially if you can turn it into a hustle or a
Yeah.
business, be an entrepreneur with it,
Right. then
you're really doing well because you're making money for yourself doing something that you
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, how about values and principles? These are some things that might motivate you more or less to a certain direction. So, what's your most important value or principle?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
So it could be like we can all throw one up here. Mine would be, let's see, this marker's so horrible. Would be integrity, right? If I don't have my integrity, I lose everything. So that's my number one.
yeah.
And then another one for me is health. It's something you can't actually achieve. It's like you can't ever say, oh, you can maintain your health.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you could become unhealthy. And that's what, so when I engage in problematic behaviors of mine, that would negate my health and my integrity because I'd be doing bad things, right? Lying and stuff. And then what happens is there's the shadow of it. When I'm not maintaining my integrity, then I'm lying, cheating, stealing,
Right.
manipulating. And then my health is in decline too. I'm not taking
Mhm.
care of myself. I'm not sleeping, not eating right, right? So this is why it's important. And we say you should have 5 and you have to have them in order of importance. Because once you lose one of them, it can affect other ones.
Right.
And then you think about that negative on the other side. I call it the shadow. The shadow side, which is what happens. Like some people, when we're in the shadow side, we're not aware that we're losing our values and what they're becoming, right? We kind of put up blinders and we think that we have our healthy relationships, right? That would be another one. We think that we have our health. We think everything's good. Oh, we compare ourselves to other people. I'm not as bad as them.
Right.
Stuff like that. So that's where we get into some irrational thoughts that we could talk about as well. But so a hierarchy of values. What do you think yours would be?
Integrity would definitely be one. Yeah, absolutely.
Integrity, boom, and then it's like it's something that you now have something that you're holding yourself accountable to.
Right.
Right. And what else?
Well, right now, health too, because I mean, when I'm using or getting high, I am not taking care of myself.
Mhm.
I'm not sleeping enough. I'm not eating. I'm not doing anything that I would normally do when I'm sober. So yeah, those two are like, those are good ones.
And then, so what happens? What's the worst thing that happens when you violate your integrity?
Well, I start lying to myself mostly. Like I start telling myself that I can get away with certain things that I know I can't get
Yeah.
away with in the end. And like I'll end up fucking up everything that way.
And what's the worst health consequence that you have?
I mean, you could die.
You can die
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But then, I mean, you're saying kind of you got low energy, kind of not motivated. Think any of that has to do with like the pause? You know about the pause?
Yeah, the post-acute withdrawal.
Post-acute
Yeah,
withdrawals.
I think so. Like I definitely feel better than I did. Like the first, like it's gradually getting better. Like, yeah, I mean, and I've read online that like meth withdrawal, whatever, is like one of the hardest ones to go through, like to get like motivation back or whatever. And it's just something that I'm gonna have to like. I'm not gonna get it instantly. And I'm gonna have to work into.
It's kind of like it's a malnutrition type thing
Right.
that's going on. So, what might be some things that you could do to improve your health, like eating, exercising,
Yeah, so
supplements?
I'm at the point now where I'm like back at like a normal weight where I need to like I'm getting overweight now. I need to like start watching what I eat and like exercising definitely because I'm no longer malnourished. I don't think. I mean, I've gotten to the point where like I'm heavier than I like really ever have been. So it's like, and I'm 32. I'm getting old. So like I need to like start eating right and exercising or something.
Doing something. Maybe put a little list together there. So that's why it's good to have. You can do this. Put it on paper, and put all your values, what the consequences are of the shadow side, and then what can you do to improve these values and get closer to them.
Yeah.
Right? So the exercising and being healthy is very important because a lot of people the junk food and sweets and stuff like that, which if you look into it, there's magnesium deficiency is very common. Magnesium deficiency can cause low-grade depression and low energy. You need magnesium for energy and sugar and stress.
It helps you sleep
depletes
too, right?
your magnesium. It's a natural muscle relaxer. It's
Yeah.
not like, you know what I mean? You're not
Right.
going to get messed up off it, but something to look into and to think about. You know, I'm no expert, and you got to check with your doctor for
Right.
any counterindications on any medications you might or may not be taking. But yeah, I'm big on magnesium. Doing exercise, I had to do all kinds of stuff for, to get my shoulders out of being impinged and my posture and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Everything. So it's definitely things that can be done. I used to have to take pain pills and pharmaceuticals for degenerative discs and all the sciatic stuff, and I've eliminated that through eating better, taking supplements, and things like that. So that's a huge one, I think, for everyone in recovery and whatnot, and in life in general.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't feel good, a lot of it probably has to do with what you're consuming,
Yeah.
right? Physically and mentally. So, really upset that I'm gonna see. Yeah. So I want to do another tool. It's called a cost-benefit analysis. Have you ever done anything like that? The CBA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's all right. Yeah.
It's good. And do you have any values or anything that you want to throw up there?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So the cost-benefit analysis, I'm trying to remember, it's been so long since I've done that. And I haven't got all my books out of storage, my facilitator handbook or anything. So yeah, anyway.
So like the value thing you were just doing, like the shadow side, like that's kind of like this group that I used to do with this 90-day program that I was at. It's called Shadow Work.
Oh wow.
Have you ever heard of that? No, it was similar to that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very
It
interesting.
was cool.
Where is that at?
It was a Turning Point in Dover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a guy there that his name's Nate. He does like sound meditation and stuff like that too. With like,
Cool.
have you ever seen
With
that?
the crystal balls.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very helpful.
Yeah.
Relaxing. Yeah. So I'm really upset that I forgot my markers.
Yeah.
These ones are horrible. So, what are the biggest barriers that you have right now? Do you think to achieving what you want to do?
Well, I'm not employed right now. I mean, you need money to survive now, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to get my license back. Like, luckily, I came to Manchester because everything's close together, and like there's somewhat of a public transportation system.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, that's all right. But yeah, I need to save money and get my license back.
Do you have any of these things like written down?
Yeah.
Priorities?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. And do you have any, like, what's your biggest barrier to
Yeah, I need to get my license back as well.
license?
And I need to get a job.
License and a job? And what do you need to do to get a license?
I need to pay fines.
Pay fines? Is there a
I'm
way?
taking an alcohol class.
Okay. Yep.
I wasn't even drinking and driving. I got DUIs, but I have to have an alcohol interlock system in my car for a year. I have to take a class for 20 hours. I have to pay like 5 different fines.
Is there a way to get it, one of those like probationary licenses? Have you looked into that?
No.
Yeah, the Cinderella license.
I think,
Yeah, it says, yeah.
I don't know too much about it myself. I know there's a guy that does, Chuck Novak. I don't know if you know who he is. He's another smart recovery guy. I think he does Fridays, meetings on Fridays still. I'm not exactly sure. But he does that, that course.
Oh.
He does the course thing. So, one of them out there would definitely know how to get you in touch with them or whatever.
Okay.
So licenses are obviously important. You got to be able to get around,
Yeah.
and then makes job easier,
Absolutely.
right? Are you looking around?
Yeah, so I have an interview Friday at Price Right, at the grocery store right here.
Okay.
I live on Central Street, so it's like less than a half-mile walk. So
Perfect.
that'll be all right for the winter.
Yep.
You know, I'll be working inside, so
Nice.
yeah.
Excellent. That's good. So, I'm trying to think. I don't have any of my, I can actually do it from here. Let's see. Pull up some of my stuff. I got it digital.
Do you live in Manchester?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I live over on Merrimack Street.
Oh, nice.
The house has been getting all kinds of renovations. So, I'm just kind of like staying there like a guard dog
Yeah.
for my landlord. Smart stuff. Where are we at? Should have a list of where is that?
We don't have to do it today. If you like, I don't
What is
have
it?
to.
Huh?
I don't have to have a meeting today. Like I don't need to.
No, yeah, this is the meeting.
Yeah.
This is what we do. We just back and forth. Is there anything like you guys want to just? I mean, it's already been a half hour.
Yeah.
I can't really do much
Right.
without these markers. Like, what about? I'm looking for these facilitated. They're just questions that keep the conversation
Yeah.
going, right? So, house stocks, maybe it's in there. Coordinators report. And I can, I'll try to bring some handouts
Yeah.
to some of the next meetings. I got tons of handouts. Boom. Boom. But yeah, was there anything? What did you like about the meeting? What was?
I definitely think it would be more effective with more people. Definitely.
Yeah.
So
So like I said, well, let people know.
yeah.
Some people have been to the meetings. They were blowing up. We had like 12 meetings going, and we were breaking the fire code. There's, people were all along the
Yeah.
walls too, and that's where it gets a lot more
Right.
interesting because you can just really kill one tool from a lot of different
Right.
perspectives.
Because it's always interesting to hear how other people are doing things.
Yes.
That's the best way, I think.
It's very helpful. So, like I said earlier, before the re-recording, the signs were taken down because something that was on my flyer that was confusing to people. So the
Yeah.
signs were not up, and hopefully they'll be up. I've sent them a new one, so it should be up for the week. But
Yeah.
if you can spread the word, kind of,
Yeah.
and I'll remember. I'll definitely remember to bring some dry erase markers.
Yeah.
I have a whole box of them, and I had it written down here, and of course, I forgot. So, yeah, that's basically it. We kind of asked everybody,
Yeah.
like, what was most important to you in the meeting at the end. Me wish to acknowledge the positive impact someone had on you, or explain how you understand one of these tools better, right? I don't know if you have anything that was meaningful to you. No, that's fine. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
That's it. Yeah. So thank you guys.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you.
And enjoy the rest
Yeah,
of the
thank you.
night.
Yeah. Can you sign my meeting slip actually?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Right. So signing off. That was a quick one, but it was good.